What's up, sports board game fans? Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and coming to you from the Gridzone. And it's a first attempt at homebrewing some college teams based on the game schematics, and basically just rated the teams based off of different metrics, like for the quarterback, QBR, their average yards per attempt, etc. Same with receivers, and use big play capability for the X results, things of that nature. And then also use the FFS offensive lineman ratings to do the offensive lineman. So not an exact science, but I think I have a pretty good idea of how to apply reasonable ratings. And I picked these two teams in particular because one, I know BYU inside and out. Watch every game of theirs every single season. And because I have some coaching connections, sometimes I'm able to get my hands on all 22 film. And I did have all 22 film for this game, which they played this season against Troy in real life, which helped me a little bit with some of the subjective stuff. So that is the reason I picked these two particular teams. In real life, BYU won this game 48-7, and obviously this is not an exact replication of football, but it should still translate to a comfortable win for the Cougars. And the big thing here are the power factors, and I used this. I came up with the power factors based on the final power rankings for all 128 NCAA teams. BYU is an 8. As they finished the season ranked 11th or 12th, depending on which poll you look at. And Troy was middle of the pack. They got a 4. So this will come into play, meaning that on any yellow die roll of 1 to 4, which is the difference, BYU will get to choose between two of the 1d12 dice for the actual result. So we'll see how this turns out. I have not played this offline. I just finished tweaking and thought that the first attempt I would do in a video to see how it translated. So we will see how it goes indeed. Hey, what's up, Ron? Welcome, buddy. Yeah, this is something I'm interested in, especially with this game, is coming up with a good way to do some homebrewed college teams, because college football is my favorite sport to watch, even more so than boxing and baseball. So we'll see how this turns out. BYU and Troy. BYU will go first. And I'm going to roll the 2 power die, or the extra power dice, the red 1d12, just on the assumption that BYU will pass the power factor. If they do not, we will not use it. And, of course, the first roll, they don't. So BYU a 6, that's going to be an X result against a run defense. So our first play of the game, we're going off the X chart and a roll of 9. The black die will be the main 1d12 result indicator. So X offense against a run defense, roll of 9. X level, star O-line greater than star D-line, and BYU's star O-lineman is Brady Christensen. He's actually graded out higher than any college football lineman in the country this year, going against Austin Stigman. And he has a 1 X factor, and Stigman, I'm sorry, looking at the wrong place. Star D lineman is Will Chola. He's graded at 1X. So that is not going to be more. That'll be a gain of 1 for Tyler Algier, BYU's running back. And second down, or second series, I should say. All right, and we're going to have the difference come into play. And for BYU, it will be a run play against a run defense, a roll of 8 or 3. I'll get to choose. And 3, D-line greater than O-line. And Troy's D-line is not greater than BYU's O-line in terms of the run game. So roll 1d6, 1 to 2, no gain. That's probably not going to work out good for BYU. Level, diamond running back greater than diamond linebacker, and Zach Wilson, the BYU quarterback, is the diamond runner. He's got a 1. Diamond linebacker for Troy is Richard Jabuner, and he also has a 1. So either way is going to be the same thing. 1d6 is going to tell us it's either going to be a no gain and Troy's going to get the stop, or we're going to gain a yard. We gain a yard. So BYU plugging away on the ground here early in this one. And Matt, Steeler fan, what's up, buddy? Welcome. And Clinton Parks, my good friend. Yeah, they were streaky this year, Clinton. Their quarterback, Gunnar Watson, as an example, could either get really hot, and he didn't have a very good game when they played BYU, obviously. So, again, just using the 1 power die here on the roll of 12 on the yellow 1d6. So for BYU, normal is going to be a pass play against an X defense. And pass play against an X defense roll of 10. Pass level QB greater than a star DB. And, of course, Zach Wilson is going to be top 10 NFL draft pick. He is rated a 3. I don't think I did too much of a homer rating there. So it is indeed greater, and that is going to be a 6-point gain to the circle receiver, which is the running back Tyler Algier. And that's going to put BYU 2 zones from a touchdown as they continue to march, I should say. 4th play of the series. And again, the power die is going to come into play here. BYU, another pass play against an X defense, and a roll of 2. Pass level QB greater than star D line. That is going to definitely be the case. And it's going to be 1 to 4. We'll just go that. We won't even check the second dice. 1 to 4 will put us in the end zone, and BYU breaks on top with the 14-point touchdown early in this one. So they go up and take a 14-0 lead, and that should be expected, and Troy will get their turn now. So Gunnar Watson leads the Troy offense. They had a running back by committee. Kamani Vidal was their best running back, a first-team All-Sun Belt, excuse me, puberty episode there. First-team All-Sun Belt receiver in Kalen Geiger. So he's their best threat offensively, and a decent offensive line. Austin Stigum, also first-team Sun Belt, is their best lineman. And again, I'll use the power dice on the assumption it will come into play, which it will this time. So 4 for Troy, it is going to be a pass against a pass defense, and rolls of 9 or 11. So pass offense, and again, BYU will get the more favorable result. Quarterback greater than star DB. And Gunnar Watson, inconsistent, is a 1. Troy Warner is BYU star DB. He is also a 1. That will be a 1-yard gain if I take that result. And 11, pass level QB greater than Diamond D lineman. And the Diamond D lineman for BYU is Tyler Batty, and they are also the same. So in each case, it's going to be pretty much equal, and I will take the first result, a 9. 1-point gain for Troy. Great catch by their star receiver, Kalen Geiger. So Troy gets a point, and they are on the move. Again, this should hopefully end. Did you make it a card for that 3-win team that lost the national championship game? I'm actually going to I couldn't have gone to BYU, Clinton. I would have got kicked out. Now, after high school ball, I only played junior college ball at Cerritos in California. So no major scholarships for me. I had a couple of missteps. And did you make a card for, Ohio State? I'm going to make one for them. I'm going to do Ohio State, Alabama later on. So here we go. Troy on the march, and it is going to be run play against a pass defense that should favor Troy. Of course, BYU gets that additional power dice to choose from. So 9. Star running back 2 or 3. Star running back 2 or 3 level, and Vidal is not a 2. So that would be a 1-yard gain, and the other result, a 5. Star running back greater run level than the star DB, and Troy Warner is a 0. I do not want to take that, as that will be a 2-point gain. So we'll give Troy the 1-point gain there. So they're not going out that easily in this one as they set for their third play. And again, the power die will come into play. Troy calls a pass play, and it's going against an X defense. And rolls of 3 and 8. So pass play on 3. Unit pass level D line greater than O line. It is a sack. And BYU's D line against the pass. They actually had the and here's the tricky part with this game as I rate these. You have to BYU had was a top 5 pass defense in the country, and the only way you have to figure that on a unit value is with the D line value. So they do have the greater unit value there. So that is going to be a 1-point loss and a sack, and that will be a turnover. So Troy is going to come out of that with a net of 1 point. As BYU gets the stop, and they will get the ball back. Zach Wilson leads the offense back onto the field for BYU. And this, I'm using a different card template too than what comes with the game. I just like to keep them side by side. And this is one that I think Gary is toying around with anyway for future releases, similar to Dice United. So BYU, not good as they go to a event chart. And event chart, both rolls are an 8. Gain of 1, savage collision, 2 random players stunned, 1 on each side. Credit the gain to a stunned player if applicable, otherwise choice player. So we will see if it is Algier that is stunned. Black for BYU and red for Troy. So for Troy, or for BYU, sorry, a roll of 6, and that is indeed, it's going to be the circle runner, and that's Gunnar Romney, who is also the diamond receiver. So he's going to be stunned. And okay. All right, Gunnar Romney, and for Troy with a roll of 11, that is going to be their diamond D line. All right, so those players are stunned, and we'll give the 1-point gain to Tyler Algier. Zach Wilson, next series, brings the team up to the line. Here comes the roll, and it is again the power dice will come into play. And BYU calls a running play, and that is going to be against a pass defense. Rolls of 4 and 12. So 4, gain of 1 with solid blocking by star running back Algier, and 12, star running back level of 1 or 2, and Tyler Algier. He is a bowling ball, is not good in the pass game or anywhere else, but he does have a run level of 3, average 7.5 yards per carry. So that is going to be a 1-die-6 plus 4. He's going to turn on the Jets and shake it loose. Tyler Algier, and he's going to get a 5-yard gain out of that and running over Troy just like he did in real life. So BYU now threatening again. They are at zone number 6. And it is going to be a 5, which will be a pass play, deep or pass option. We'll go with a standard pass, and that will come against a run defense. So pass offense against a run defense, and rolls of 1 and 4. Diamond DB pass, or Diamond DB pass level 2 or 3, and for Troy, their Diamond DB is a 1. So a possible interception there, and the other result using, again, the power factor difference in this. Pass level of Diamond linebacker greater than star O-line. And Diamond linebacker for Troy has a rating of 1, and the star O-lineman for BYU, Brady Christensen, is a 3 in pass pro. That's not going to be the case, so we will take the 1-yard gain there versus the other option, which resulted or could have resulted in a potential interception. So BYU now down 3 zones away from pay dirt. And it is going to be a 2, which will be a run play against a pass defense, and rolls of 1 and 12. Again, the power die coming into play there. So 1, defensive line, star D line, run level of 2 or 3 is a loss. And I'll tell you right now, he is a 2. So we're going to bypass that result and go to the 12. Star running back, run level of 3. And he is again going to break loose, meaning Tyler Algier. And this should put him into the end zone. And 1 plus 4, he's going to score anyway. So BYU on their second drive scores yet again. And they are now up 28-1 over Troy, simulating what they did in real life, in real football. As we reset for the next series, we will check the chat real quick. Clinton Parks, I like the vertical player cards. Might have to change that format for. Yeah, and I know, and I don't think Gary will get upset because he did post it on the Facebook page. He's doing some prototypes, looking at some prototypes of cards in this format, which is what he uses for Dice United. And I like them too because it's just side by side. Everything's there. There's no flipping. Not that there's any issue with the other ones, but this is just clean. They just both stay in one place. Don't have to move them. Southern Maine, which was a perennial baseball powerhouse. Tools of Ignorance, catcher. and yeah, you're right. There's not much of a market for 5'6", 140-pound catchers. Hey, Juan Redmond has joined us. Welcome, buddy. And Juan, I'm working at doing some homebrewed college football teams. So this is my first test game of that. And yeah, no, power factor. And again, this is going to be a lot greater, Clinton, in NFL. I know that there's also that Gary's also working on some NFL teams from the 1980 season. The power factor in college is always going to be a lot greater than it is in the NFL, obviously, and even in the default fantasy teams that come with the game. So how I rated this is I basically used power rankings for all teams, high of 10 and a low of 2. And of course, Alabama, Ohio State have 10s, but basically anybody that made it ranked in the top 15 is going to have at least an 8, and then it progresses down from that point. And Troy, being a middle of the road team, ends up a 4, and most middle of the road teams are 4 or 5. Hey, what's up, Matt? Of course. I don't even need to sound shocked that you would get on mic and say, go Troy. Big University of Utah fan there. So here we go. Troy now back in possession with a heavy deficit to overcome. And again, power factor is going to come into play here as Troy, they're going to start to air it out. And we're going to go with a deep pass attempt against an X defense. So deep pass for Troy, rolls of 8 and 12. X level of D-line greater than O-line, and BYU's D-line is only an X level of 1, and Troy's O-line is an X level of 1 as well. So not going with that result, it would be a 3-point gain. So we'll check the other result real quick. 12. Star O-line X level is 0 or 1. So our star O-line for Troy is Austin Stigman, and again, first team Sun Belt. He is good in pass pro. He's a 2. So X level 2, pass complete for 7. And again, the power die saving us here. We'll go with the less painful 3-yard gain for the Trojans. So Troy on the move, and they put 3 more points on the board. With that series of plays, we are just passing the halfway point of this game. So a roll of 5, and the power die does not come into play this time. So BYU is going to get what they get as Troy goes with another potential deep pass play, and we're going to go with the deep pass option, and this will come against a regular pass defense. So deep pass option against a pass defense, roll of 11. Unit pass level O-line greater than D-line, complete 6-yard gain, and Troy's pass level O-line is actually pretty decent. But BYU, again, with the fifth best pass defense in NCAA, has them beat. So that is going to be a 3-point gain as rushers close in. And Troy moving here. Gunnar Watson getting hot as they are now in zone number 6 and threatening to reach the end zone. Here we go. Let's see if BYU's D can rise up and make a stand, and we will get the power die in this set as well. So 5, again, we'll go with normal pass this time since they're closer to the end zone. Normal pass against a pass defense. Rolls of 2 and 11. We'll check 11 first since that is the base roll. So 11, pass level QB greater than a diamond D lineman. That is going to be a gain of 1 plus 6. And Gunnar Watson is a 1. The diamond D lineman for BYU, Tyler Batty, is a 1 as well. So that result would be a 2-point gain. The other option BYU has. Pass level star D line greater than star O line, sack and a fumble. And Kairos Tonga in the middle. He's a beast against the run, but he sucks against the pass. So he is not going to win that battle against Austin Stidham. And but that being the case, quarterback barely gets rid of the ball, incomplete. Obviously, that is the result we are going to take, and that will stop Troy's drive right there. But the Trojans make a little hay here, put 6 points up. It is 28-7, BYU in the lead, and BYU will take over now as we are in the second half of this game. Zach Wilson brings the boys back out onto the field. And remember, Gunnar Romney for BYU and for Troy, D lineman Luis Medina are both still stunned. The stun will go away next time one of them comes up as a result on the card. Now that I don't know how well that would work with this game, Mike. Honestly, an as-played replay, I'd love to do it too. It could probably do. Actually, could do that with like 2nd and 10. They had a brutal schedule, and that was really a shame because I'm not saying they definitely I don't think would have gone 11-1 against their original schedule, but I think they would have at least racked up 9 wins, possibly 10. And it was a beautiful schedule, and the way BYU's team came together this year was definitely a missed opportunity because they're going to be reloading next year, so not going to be the same. But we resume here. Power die comes into effect as BYU stays on the ground with Tyler Algier, and they're going against a pass defense. So run offense, pass defense rolls of 6 and 11. Gain equal 6. Gain equal to runner's run level. And that is kind of a crapshoot because after all, a 1d6, if it's Tyler Algier, that would be 3. I would definitely take that. Roll of 11, run level of the Diamond D lineman. And again, the Diamond D lineman, Luis Medina is stunned, so he's a 0. That's not going to come into play to help Troy at all. So that being the case, because he does not have a greater, who's our diamond runner? Diamond running back is Wilson. He's a 1. So that stun actually helps BYU there because that reduces Medina to a 0. And the Zach attack is going to go for 4 zones. So Wilson leading this potent BYU offense back down the field as he puts his legs to good use. And 6, ruh-roh, and we are going to, and now here I do not, I don't use the power die because event shard is basically normally a penalty, so I don't know if it's a rule or not, but I'm just going with the initial roll, which is a 12, and that sucks because it's a personal foul, -2, so that's going to stick BYU behind the sticks, but they still get to keep possession. So now in zone number 2, as the call comes in from the sideline, Zach Wilson under center. And a roll of 1, and once again, they're going to stay on the ground. So it is going to be a run play against a pass defense. And we have rolls of 8 or 10 to choose from since the yellow die is a 4. So run level star linebacker greater than star running back, and not going to be the case. Carlton Marshall is an excellent linebacker, led the nation of tackles. He's a 3, but Tyler Algier is a 3 running too. So that's not going to be the case. That will be a gain of 3 on a menacing cutback, and 10, 10 actually is better. O-line greater than D-line, a gaping hole, and BYU's O-line was ranked 2nd in the country according to the FFS grading system. Have a run level of 4, and the D-line for Troy is a 3. So that indeed will be a gaping hole, and a nice 4-zone gain for Tyler Algier. So BYU back in business. 6 points so far on this drive, and closing into pay dirt once again. I'm going to rate, I will rate Alabama and put BYU up against them, and I'm sure we will not be seeing this result. Just to make sure, I want to make sure my rating formulas are going to produce a somewhat feasible and fun, realistic result, semi-realistic as much as you can get with this game format, which again is an awesome quick play 7-on-7 game. Check it out, Stone Mountain Press. So BYU now, they are going to continue to pound the rock, a 1, and again, we're going against a pass defense. So rolls of 1 and a 2. Star D lineman, and their star D lineman, Will Chola, is a pretty solid player. He has a run level of 2. So we do not want to take that result, as that would have been a yard loss or a fumble. Hopefully 2 is better. Run level of star linebacker greater than star running back. Again, Marshall and Algier are equal. So we have to roll the die. This could be a stop if Troy comes through here. If Marshall can get his head in the hole and stuff Algier. 1 to 3 is going to be no gain. 4 to 6, 1 yard gain. And 5, Algier bulls his way forward, and BYU keeps possession with a tough 1-point run. Yeah, that game, 1 yard short, man. Don't even get me started on that. I thought the defense, and I know they only had 2 days to prepare, but Coastal Carolina only had 2 days too, and they went overboard on the RPO instead of prepping to take away the option. And yeah, don't get me started on Tuaki's game plan on that. I'm still upset. Sorry to rant. All right, here we go. And this is going to be BYU is going to take the pass, not the deep option this time, just a regular pass. And it's going to be against a pass defense and a roll of 9s on both die. So I don't have a choice here. Pass level of the QB greater than star DB, and Zach Wilson, of course, the second or third rated QB in the draft, depending on who you listen to. He's solid with a 3. And for the Trojans, with a 2 is Terrence Dunlap, their star DB. So that is going to be a 3-point gain on a supremely accurate pass, which Wilson was known for, with a 74+ percentage completion rate. And that will be a 3-zone gain and into the end zone. So BYU, their third touchdown of the game, and they open up the lead to 42-7. And again, in real life, and I know I'm not going to replicate real life results with a completely different style of game, but real life was 48-7, and it is now 42-7. So we will see. Maybe I got the ratings reasonably close this time. So Troy now will go back in possession. See what they can do. See if they can make this a little bit more respectable. It's going to be a 3, which will be a pass play against a pass defense. 8 and 9 are the rolls. So 8 is complete, 2-point gain. Probably get better than that. Pass level QB greater than star DB, 3-point gain. And Troy Warner is BYU's star DB. He has got a pass level of only 1. So that is going to be equal to Gunnar Watson. So I'll take that result. That will end up being a 1-point gain for Troy. but they are still keeping the chains moving here late in this one. We're coming up on crunch time. And if BYU gets the ball back in crunch time, they're going to go into their 4-minute offense and just try and bleed the clock. And 5, the power die is out of play this time. So it's going to be 3s, and that is going to be a pass play against a pass defense and a roll of 4. So pass level star wide receiver greater than star DB, and sadly I think that's going to be the case because Kalen Geiger is pretty solid for Troy. He's got a 2, and Troy Warner is a 1. Ruh-roh, it is going to be, we still have a chance to get an incomplete here. 1 or 2 is incomplete. And 3 to 6 will be a 1-point gain, and that's going to be a 1-point game for Troy. So a nice catch by Geiger in tight coverage. Troy continuing to move here. And again, guys, check out this game. I'm going to be doing some more of these homebrewed college teams, but check out this game, Gary Brown, Stone Mountain Press, a very fun game. I've got Dice United coming from him as well. He also creates Legends of Boxing. And yeah, give him a side. He does a great job. Very creative game designer. So 5, again, the power die is going to come out of not going to be in play here. So Troy looking to catch up. We're going to go with the deep option there, and it's going to be against a run defense. That could be bad for BYU. So deep pass against a run defense, roll of 6. It's going to be incomplete. Deep bid down the middle, just out of reach. And the star DB, Troy Warner, makes the play, and that is going to turn the ball over. So BYU comes up with the stop there. Troy gets a couple of points, though, and it's going to be 42-9. BYU taking the ball back just before crunch time. And when we get into crunch time, we will go into our kill the clock mode. Gunnar Romney's still stunned for the Cougs. 5, and the power die again comes out of play as it's going to be 3. And again, in, not in ball control yet, we're normal. So we're going to try a pass, and that's going to be against a pass defense. Roll of 2. And pass against a pass defense 2. Pass level of star D line greater than star O line. Sack and a fumble. And star D lineman is Will Chola. He is more known for his run stopping ability. He's only got a 1. Brady Christensen, on the other hand, is 3 in pass pro. One of the top rated O linemen in the country. But still, quarterback barely gets rid of the ball, and that's going to be incomplete. So BYU has stopped. As Zach Wilson, that sailed away, and we are now in crunch time. 2-minute mode for Troy, and they are going to go in hurry up and look to score some points here late in this one. So again, basically crunch time, if you are ahead and go 4-minute mode, each play takes up 2 segments. There's 4 segments left in the game at this point. Hurry up, it's still just 1. The difference here in the play calling, Troy will call pass plays on rolls of 2 or up. And, of course, as I say that, the first thing they call is a run. Oh, never mind. Looking at the wrong place. They do call a pass play, and it's going to be against a pass defense. My apologies. So rolls of 5 or 11 as the extra power die comes into play. 5. Quarterback pass level 3, complete 1-point gain. Otherwise, it is going to be incomplete. That's the result I'm going to take as the defensive coach. So Troy promptly turns the ball back over. Stoppage there, and no points scored by either team in that series of drives. So BYU gets the ball back, and they are going into 4-minute offense mode. They're going to kill the clock, which basically will mean I have to run just 2 more plays, and ball game will be over. So here we go, and kill the clock mode, ball control. It is runs on 1 through 4. So 5, the power die comes out of this equation, and 4 is going to be a run against a run defense, and 6 is going to be the roll. Run against the run defense, run level star running back greater than star D line, gain of 2 with a beautiful juke, and it's going to be a 3-2. Will Chola is a 2, and Tyler Algier is a 3. And that is going to be a nice 2-point run. And again, Algier, 7.5 yards a carry this year for the Cougars. And that's going to take us to the last play of the game, as BYU has 2 points to close us out. So our final score is actually going to end up pretty close to the real-life result, funny enough. 1, the power die does come into play here. It's going to be another run call against a run defense, and 4 and 8 are my options. 8, run level of the diamond runner, and that's Dax Milne, also their best wide receiver. I'm sorry, that's Zach Wilson. That's a 1, and that is not greater than the diamond linebacker, Richard Jabuner. So the other option is a roll of 4, run level of circle D-line linebacker, greater than circle O-line, drop for a 1-yard loss. So our circle D-line linebacker is Javon Solomon. He is a pass rush specialist. He has a 0. And for BYU on the offensive side, Tristan Hoge is a 2, very good run blocker, not as good in pass defense. So it's going to be the same result either case. A 1 is a no gain. It doesn't matter. It's going to run out the clock. I'm debating. Let's just see for stat-wise, and that will indeed be a no gain and a stop, but that's going to run out the clock. So final tally, BYU gets 2 points on that drive. And again, in real life, the final score of this game was BYU 48, Troy 7. And in the Gridzone replay, it is BYU 44, Troy 9. So fun little game. And, I'll probably do a couple of tweaks with the way I rate the college cards. One thing I may, even though Algier by my rating criteria is warranted a 3 for running back based on his yards per carry, may tone him down to a 2. We'll see. I'll do some more play testing. I'll rate Alabama next and stick the Cougars up against them, see how that turns out. I'm, like I said, pretty sure it won't turn out as good. So hey, thanks to everyone. Again, a quick little replay of the college homebrews using the excellent Gridzone 7-on-7 football-like simulation. So RF, my buddy Ron, thanks for joining us. Matt, Steeler fan 1933. My good buddy Clinton Parks, hope you are doing well and on the mend, my friend. Juan Redmond, thanks for stopping in. And, of course, my good buddy Utah Mike with Sports Time Machine. Check out that great channel. And a lot of fun. Yeah, having a lot of fun with Gridzone. Again, it's just a real quick football-type simulation that you can play a game. When I play offline, I'm done with the game in 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how fast it goes. So a lot of fun. You can get a lot done, and it's a living game. If you use a fictional set, you can rate seasons, have drafts, retirements, whatnot, basically have a whole evolving living league. So it's a lot of fun there. So, all right, guys. Hey, if you don't mind, on the way out of the stadium, do not spill your beer and hit that like button for me. Hope you all enjoyed this, and we'll be doing some more of this in the coming weeks with, again, homebrewed college teams and maybe put a little college football playoff together. So hope you all have a great night. Happy Monday to y'all, and happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody. Be good to each other. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. We'll see you next time. Take care and have a great night.